Congratulations, America, you finally got what you asked for. The workforce has been streamlined. All those unwanted workers, gone. Look around. The silence is deafening. No one's building homes, picking food, or cleaning offices. This is the American dream, version 2.0, where the dream is wondering who'll fix the pothole that just ate your car. For years we blamed immigrants for taking jobs and straining resources, so we wished them away. Now, the jobs are back, all of them, just sitting there, waiting for someone, anyone to fill them. It's a patriotic buffet of opportunity and apparently nobody's hungry. The irony? We wanted a country built by Americans, but the people we pushed out were the ones holding it all together. They were the gears in a machine we didn't even realize we needed until it stopped. Now the machine has ground to a halt, and we're left staring at an instruction manual we can't read. We fired a massive portion of our workforce in the name of national pride. The only problem? That workforce was essential. It was the foundation of our comfort, convenience, and economy. Now that foundation is gone and the whole house is shaking. We're left with the consequences of subtraction math that never added up. We wanted purity, but all we got was instability. The jobs are here, but the workers are not. Welcome to the new American reality. Don't worry, I'm sure the house is just settling. Let's visit America's farms, now monuments to waste. Fields are bursting with produce, all ripe, all rotting. Why? The hands that picked them are gone. Harvesting crops is brutal work and few are lining up for it, especially at the wages offered. For years we enjoyed cheap, abundant food, never asking how it got to our tables. It wasn't magic. It was people like Maria, spending years hunched over, picking our food. Immigrant labor made up nearly 3/4 of the agricultural workforce. Without them, the industry is collapsing. The American Farm Bureau warned this would happen. One study predicted a $60 billion loss in fruit and vegetable output without immigrant workers. That's not just a number, it's farmers going bankrupt, rural communities collapsing, and food prices skyrocketing. Your salad is now a luxury item. We have fertile land, seeds, and water, but not enough people willing to do the work. We demanded they stop taking our jobs, and now the jobs are wilting in the sun. We've created a self-inflicted agricultural crisis. The paradox: we have everything but the workforce. It's a spectacular own goal, shooting ourselves in both feet just to be sure. The fields are full, but the tables are empty. Welcome to the agricultural apocalypse. Now let's look at our cities. See those cranes? They're frozen. No one left to operate them. No one to pour concrete, frame walls, or install plumbing. The construction boom is now a standstill. Projects are delayed. New housing developments are ghost towns before they're finished. The construction industry relied heavily on immigrant labor, nearly 1/4 of the workforce, even more in states like Texas and California. These weren't just unskilled jobs. Skilled carpenters, masons, electricians, gone. The ripple effects? Housing prices soar, businesses can't expand, infrastructure projects stall. That new bridge? Just 2 roads pointing at each other across a river. The industry is a massive economic driver. When it stalls, the whole economy sputters. We tried to secure our foundations by dismissing the people who built them. It's like baking a cake after throwing out the flour, sugar, and eggs. The result isn't a cake, it's just an empty bowl. We wanted progress, but we got paralysis. The skyline is frozen, and so is our future. Construction in crisis, by our own design. Let's talk about your daily life. Remember when coffee, hotel rooms, and lawn care were affordable? Those conveniences depended on a vast, often invisible workforce, now gone. The result? Prices are skyrocketing. Your lunch spot has a labor shortage surcharge. Landscaping costs as much as a car payment. When labor supply shrinks, costs go up. Businesses pass those costs to you. The service industry, restaurants, hospitality, elder care, relied on immigrant workers. Immigrants were overrepresented in cleaning, food prep, and personal care, the jobs that keep society running. Now, hotels close floors or raise prices. Elder care is in crisis as the workforce shrinks. We didn't just lose workers, we lost convenience and affordability. The problem we thought we were solving was actually a system that made life better. Now every transaction is more expensive. That avocado toast? It's pricey because the people who picked, shipped, and prepared it are harder to find. The hidden tax of our grand experiment is paid every day. We fired our workforce and our comfort went with it. Enjoy your brunch. Now let's talk about the politicians who created this mess. For years they fed us slogans. They're taking our jobs. Build the wall. America first. Great for rallies, useless for reality. The narrative was simple. Every job an immigrant took, an American lost. But the economy isn't a fixed pie. Immigrants don't just take jobs, they create them. They start businesses, pay taxes, and fill labor gaps. Immigrant labor complements, not replaces native-born workers. The hypocrisy is stunning. Politicians demand tough immigration enforcement, then beg for guest workers to save their farms. They rail against open borders, then quietly lobby for visas. It's a cynical game, scoring political points while quietly trying to fix the damage. We've been governed by slogans, not data. Fear, not facts. The result? A self-inflicted wound. We traded a functioning labor market for applause lines and false security. The damage is real, and the politicians are still campaigning. Behind the numbers are real people like Carlos and Elena. Carlos, a master stonemason in Arizona, built luxury fireplaces and safe retaining walls. He paid taxes, raised kids, coached Little League. Now he's gone and his company lost its best worker. Elena cleaned offices for a decade, making sure workspaces were spotless. She was reliable, kind, and now her absence is felt. Her company can't find a replacement, and her daughter's college dreams are on hold. These aren't just anecdotes. They're the human cost of policy built on abstraction. Immigrant labor isn't a faceless horde. It's individuals with families, hopes, and dreams. They took on the toughest jobs as a stepping stone for their children. They weren't a threat. They were an investment in America's future. By reducing them to a talking point, we've done them a grave injustice. Their absence leaves a hole in our economy, our communities, and our conscience. We didn't just lose workers, we lost neighbors and friends. We lost a part of ourselves. The cost isn't just economic, it's deeply personal. These stories are everywhere if we choose to see them. The invisible have become impossible to ignore. The shadows are empty, and so are our hearts. Think about the invisible scaffolding of your life, the labor that supports everything you do. The person who detailed your car, packed your online order, washed your dishes. This network of low-wage, high-effort jobs made modern life possible. For years, immigrant labor held up this scaffolding. We got used to unprecedented convenience, fast deliveries, global cuisine, quick home repairs. We never stopped to consider who made it all happen. Our desire for low prices and high convenience clashed with anti-immigrant rhetoric. We wanted 5-star service at 1-star prices, made possible by people willing to do the work. Now, the scaffolding is being dismantled, and we're seeing how much it held up. Services are more expensive, less reliable, or disappearing. The American way of life isn't self-sustaining, it needs a diverse workforce. The scaffolding is gone and we're all looking up, wondering what will fall next. The invisible is now painfully visible. So here we are, rotting fields, half-built houses, expensive receipts, and leaders insisting this was a good idea. What now? Double down? Wait for native-born workers to pick lettuce for minimum wage? That's not happening. The first step? Stop lying to ourselves. We need honest conversations about labor, immigration, and the economy. This isn't about open borders, it's about smart, realistic policy. We need legal guest workers for proven labor shortages. We need a pathway to legal status for those already here, working and paying taxes. This isn't amnesty, it's economic pragmatism. We must demand more from our politicians, reject slogans, demand solutions. America needs a robust, diverse workforce. That means immigrants. We can keep sabotaging ourselves or choose pragmatism, humanity, and common sense. We can rebuild the scaffolding with intelligent policy and appreciation for those who keep the country running. The choice is ours. Let's hope we make it before there's nothing left to save.